Next up at UFC Vegas 77, we have Austin Lingo, Dallas's own. His father runs a car dealership right by my old place. Did you know that? Where Casey grew up.
The Ferrari place. That's where I got mine.
Takes on Melquizael Costa. Austin Lingo 9-2 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that short notice loss to Nate Landwehr. He's taking on Melk. I'm not going to say the whole name. Melquizael Costa 19-6 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off a short notice loss to Thiago Moises. A lot of these people are well-rounded, and somebody made fun of me in the comments for using the term well-rounded often. When I say well-rounded, that typically means
the better fighter.
They don't have a go-to.
Oh.
Right? Like I could say this person's a striker who can also grapple. But when I say well-rounded, like Austin Lingo is a pretty well-rounded guy.
They're like they lots of tricks, but they're masters and they can't master one of them. What's that phrase?
Right there, you had it. Yeah, no, it's jack of all trades, master of none. You're right there.
Got it.
Anyway, Austin Lingo can do all the things. He actually will lean more heavily on striking than anything. He's pretty light in his feet. He's got some power. He's got some speed. Mixes in elbows. Nice. He's got some solid variety. He also uses his jab well. And we haven't seen a knockout yet in the UFC from him, but he does have knockdowns in each one of his wins. He's got a 78% takedown defense, and you'll see that he was taken down and submitted in his last fight, but that was Nate Landwehr on short notice. So that takedown defense is actually artificially low if you include that last fight short notice. He's taking on Melquizael Costa. That guy's well-rounded as well. Creative striker, solid grappling. His takedowns are forced, right? They're not the cleanest, smoothest takedowns, but he's strong enough. He's persistent enough. He's going to get you to the cage, work you all the way to the ground, or at least rack up some control time trying to do it. You're going to see him work for those takedowns pretty often, but I don't know why, because his striking is usually pretty solid, and he's doing well enough that he doesn't need to go to the wrestling. He is coming off that short notice loss to Thiago Moises. This is another fight where the odds, I thought they were wide at the open line. And now they're widening even more. I think this fight should be a little closer. Is that face for me?
What?
Why are you making that dumbass face?
Can we just keep going with the breakdowns?
I would just appreciate if you didn't make stupid fucking faces on my monitor. Anyway, I think this fight should be a little bit closer. Like, I get it. Melk is sort of a prospect here. He's got hands. He can grapple. But Lingo is very, very tough. He can put together some quality wins. I think a full camp Melk is better than a full camp Lingo. But I'm not going to put my money on him. I think this is a really good fight for us to find out how good both of these guys are. Because I think Austin Lingo's got a little bit of a short stick here with his last couple of opportunities. And, I wouldn't be surprised if he came out here, was more game than people expected. But Melk's going to be the pick. He is the pick. But no bet. I'm not confident at 2-1 odds. What do you think?
You and Austin have the same tattoo, don't you?
Mine doesn't, encompass my nipple.
You want to roll up that sleeve for the people?
It's quite large.
Hell yeah.
I would get it removed if I could. Honestly, I should get it removed. I'm 40. I got it at 19 years old. Somebody was like, I couldn't imagine being 40 with a tribal tattoo. It's like, yeah, me either, dude. I got to wear long sleeves at work and shit.
Me either. I never thought. Just every time you get out of the shower, look in the mirror, just fucking.
It's like, fuck.
Damn
what am I doing?
Another long sleeve shirt today.
Especially I work from home and I dress like a homeless person half the time. People must look at me and be like, that's what drugs do to you.
Man, she must make a lot of money.
Yeah, how do they afford that house? Look at him.
Holy shit, the guy's just always just walking the dog throughout the middle of the day, talking on the phone, doing nothing. Holy shit, what a bum.
They definitely assume. Okay, that what I felt like you actually wanted to say. Go ahead. Do your stuff.
Yeah, so when it comes to this fight, I think there's no doubt that Costa is the more well-rounded fighter, in my opinion. Austin Lingo, as you mentioned, can do pretty much anything, but when he is striking, what he wants to do is basically just all boxing. I mean, he's moving forward, boxing, throwing kind of the same combinations, but he's a tough dude, and he makes it work, and that's how he wins his fights. He will just kind of methodically break down his opponents through his boxing. And he really struggled against Nate Landwehr when Nate started getting the distance, landing some kicks, and obviously got the fight to the ground. And if I'm coasting this matchup, that's what I do. I shoot the takedowns. I work the grappling. And that is the easiest path to victory against Austin Lingo, because you don't really want to box with this guy. Because if he starts boxing with this guy, this fight could turn very, very interesting, very, very fast. And when I watch Costa fight, he's got the grappling, he's got the wrestling, but that dude does like to strike. And he likes doing the spinning stuff and the wild stuff. And he is a much better kicker than he is boxer, but he will get in the pocket and boom, boom, boom. He's one of those guys that when he eats a shot, he's smiling, he's laughing, he's not taking it serious. And against a guy like Austin Lingo, you don't want to be doing that type of stuff. So I'm going with Costa because he's got the tools to win the fight. But there could be a moment in this fight in the first round where if he's just standing there and boxing with this guy, Austin Lingo, he's going to end up getting broken down, probably lose the second round, probably lose the third round, could lose his fight. So I hope that he's wrestling. I hope that he's dynamic with the striking. But if he stays in the pocket with Austin Lingo, I mean, this fight could be fucked. So I don't trust Costa quite as much as probably a lot of people do, but he should win, right? I mean, I think he should win.
So you and I had the exact same read on this? Why were you making faces?
What are you talking about?
Before, when I was breaking it down, you were like...
That's the Mandela effect. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Your universes is different than my universes. We're in different... I don't know what's happening these days, but something's weird happening. I know that.
Girls, lay down. It's unbelievable. Tiffany's
fuck
like...
down.
It's unbelievable. Like, they insist on sleeping together in the summer. But all they do is like jump on top. They have their own rooms, their own everything. They insist on sleeping together, and then it's brutal.
Didn't you and your brother sleep together until you were in high school?
No.
No?
No.
I thought that's why he's so short, because you kept him as Little Spoon for fucking 17 years.
That's what you get, Vinny. That's what you get,
just stunted his growth. Every night he's just curled up underneath Angelo.
Just kids catch a
Can't
stray
grow an
for
inch.
no reason whatsoever.
Angelo's growing inches, though, that night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, you and I have the same read on this, which would mean that $9,100 in DraftKings for Mel Costa is probably a bit much, right? I don't see him winning by finish. Austin Lingo's a little too tough to get finished on his feet like that.
Right, yeah.
And Melk's not going to out-grapple him. So,
I agree.
Look at us, 2 peas in a pod.
You know, when I broke down this fight, I thought there was a chance that Costa might be the underdog, and I liked him as an underdog. But then I saw the odds, and I was like, oh, man, yeah.
And it's widening. You know what? There's going to be some really weird line movement on this card because it's a sketchy card. So what happens is people that shouldn't be massive favorites end up becoming massive favorites. And then, you know, it looks even worse than it actually is. So this might be one of those
Robert
spots.
Whitaker money. A bunch of idiots.
I literally might have never been more confident in a fight pick in my entire life.
You know,
than Robert Whitaker destroying Dricus Duplessis.
Was the Yasmin. The Yasmin one pissed me off so much because, this is why the Yasmin one pissed me off. Because there were so many people that were like, oh, Denise Gomes knocked out Brazil. By the way, she's my lock of the week. Knocked out Brazil. And Yasmin just got knocked down in her last fight too. So, and they made this easy little 1 + 1 = 2 connection, which hardly ever works. And it's so easy and so lazy. And it fucking worked. And everyone's like, I told you. It's like, holy shit. Yasmin wins that fight. Fucking, I would have said 10 out of 10, but 9 out of 10 times. I'm telling you.
No, I mean, I saw that one. We walked into the arena while that was happening.
Well,
was like,
and you're watching slow motion going, no.
Dude, walking into that arena
like a fucking movie.
Well, we have Clear. You know what Clear is? The eyeball thing at the
Oh,
airports.
wow. Here we go. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So we have Clear. It's not like it's dumb expensive. Anybody
wow, no, say it more.
Anyway, we have
Clear.
We do. It's at the arena. So we walk in, you know, we went to dinner at Gordon Ramsay's and we go to the arena and there's this huge line. We see people with the Clear shirts. So we have Clear. They go, all right, come with me. It's like a second back door. And we walked in like on the floor through the tunnels, come popping out like right into the arena, and I just see Yasmin falling like a tree. It was like, holy shit. That's what we walked in on. It was awesome.
When I went there, 285, when I walked in, Bruce Buffer was like, Tabitha, reach.
Oh, that's when you got there?
Yeah, right during those introductions. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, rock hard.